Yeah. Willow Creek. Oh, Humboldt County. Where you been at though? Eyes of the ocean, she remind me of the summer days. Not into the frequency and die like it's yesterday. Fire in the autumn into ashes I will wash away. Remember me a stranger, see you later like a fadeaway. I would act a fool, hold her down like a paperweight. Initials to the windshield, scribble fog, heaven's gate. Now I sleep alone inside my zone and never contemplate reasons why he resurrected me, not another fate. Save a place in heaven, suicide is just a click away. Music is my muse, wonder why I'm alive today. I can crawl inside the darkest spot, I'm just a Medicaid. Rather speak an honest truth to you than fake a getaway. Needles to the skin until the flesh deceased turning gray. Seasons change, reasons stay the same, rejuvenate. This is just a chapter for my dreams, but I've seen better days. I'ma hold it down and fly above, let me levitate. Willow Creek, Willow Creek, Willow Creek, yeah. Willow Creek, Willow Creek, Willow Creek, yeah. Willow, 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 yeah. Yeah. Willow, 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 yeah. City is celestial, so beautiful, I let it be. Smile in her sleep, I fall awake into a memory. Float up in a stratus cloud, rainy when she's soaking wet. See her in the rear view while I'm switching lanes, driving west. Willow Creek silhouette, pretty she can steal your breath. Leave her nest, fly away like eagles up above the rest. Steal my heart, hope to die, love is in the killer's eye. Dilate the waves inside the brain, spanning ocean tides. Remind me of the times we had, living such a simple life. Riding up the 101, amethyst, tiger's eye. Wired up, tired, I admire how you feel inside. Signals in the smoke, shapes I can't identify. 2017 was a trip till the day you left. Peripherals of her like she was real, a bloody mess. See you on the hill, the view from here, picturesque. I'ma take the time to be alone, catch my breath. Willow Creek, Willow Creek, Willow Creek, yeah. Willow, 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 willow Creek, yeah. Yeah. Memories. LA to Arcata. Big Rock.
You were tuned in to the freshest,
Louisville.
the dopest, the one and only www.diggingdaily.com. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live right here from Hotbox Studios, 90042. As always, we got special guests. We're gonna get into this interview right here, but before we do, I'm gonna let this gentleman introduce himself. Who we got today in studio?
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Riggy MARZ, Angelino Records. Thank you for having me.
First track we heard, brother, Willow Creek. Talk about that track.
Willow Creek's a song that I hold very close to my heart. It's a story about the time that I spent there in 2017, working on the mountain growing weed with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and I once again relapsed and fucked it all up, and was living in my car all around Humboldt County, and I kidnapped my shooter, R Soul. Shouts to R Soul. He's a Central Coast rapper and a filmer and editor. I kidnapped him for 48 hours, and we drove up to Humboldt County and filmed at all the locations that the song took place at.
Nice.
So peep the music video on YouTube, man. It's very colorful.
What's the YouTube channel on that?
Riggy MARZ Official.
Riggy MARZ Official. Real quick, man, how did you get the name Riggy MARZ?
So I went through like a plethora of names. I'm 35, from the age of 16 when I started rapping to now. Rest in peace to my big homie Cadillac Ron.
Rest in peace.
We were in an unofficial crew called Needle Exchange, and we all had we were all heroin addicts, either in recovery or like actively using, Caddy and I were both sober at the time, and I picked the name Riggy Marley. A rig is like a syringe, Caddy was Bobby Peru. The other homie was Black Nicholson.
Damn.
And Caddy always told me, like, yo, you should just keep it Riggy Marley. So when Caddy passed in 2016, and then I got sober in 2018, I kind of threw away the old names and recreated myself as Riggy MARZ, because Marley, you know, it's a copyright thing.
Yeah.
And basically what Riggy MARZ to me means is like, you know, a rig is like a syringe. So like Riggy's like my lower self, MARZ is my higher self. So it's like the human condition that we all live in, like battling between self-love and self-loathing, you know.
Dope.
The good and the bad, and, you know, taking the good and the bad and making beautiful shit out of it, you know.
Dope. And then was that song actually off of the Alvarado Diaries?
No, it's a single. It's a single
Word.
that I put out last year when I was living up in Sacramento.
Dope. And then last year you did release the Alvarado Diaries. Talk about that.
The Alvarado Diaries, well, I've released a few singles after that, but the Alvarado Diaries was an EP that I put out April last year, featuring my dude Lush One, Kale Problem, Sonny Darko, production by Body Bag Ben and Dark Summers. And the Alvarado Diaries is basically, like, you know, it's a short, you know, 8-track EP about, you know, the shenanigans, the time that I spent running around Alvarado and MacArthur Park, and you know, I wanted to make it like a movie on tape kind of thing.
Nice.
Like, you know, I try to be as descriptive as possible to describe, you know, addiction and recovery, you know, in a nutshell, you know.
How long have you been MCing, Riggy?
Huh?
How long have you been MCing for?
Let's see, man. I started writing raps at 15, 16 years old. I was at a AA meeting in Hollywood called Hollywood Late Night. Excuse me. When I was 18, and I'm in the corner freestyling and shit, and Cadillac, who I had not met before, he had like 6 years clean at the time. That fool kind of like walked up to me and kind of loped up on me a bit, like who are you, you know? And you know, we went to my car and I played some instrumentals, and we skipped the entire AA meeting just freestyling to these beats. And Caddy's like, yo, I got a show this weekend at the Knitting Factory with Cage and Mr. Liff. You wanna do a couple songs with me? And I was like, hell yeah. Like, I'd only done like backyard parties and shit basically at that point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I rocked the Knitting Factory.
Rest in peace to the Knitting Factory.
Rest in peace to the Knitting Factory, the House of Blues, man, the Trip. So after that, I was doing shows like almost every weekend with Brody at the Trip and the Good Hurt in Santa Monica.
Oh, nice. So for yourself as an artist, if you could describe yourself as an artist, what would be the description you would give yourself?
A storyteller, rapper,
Nice.
/ songwriter.
Nice. And then any influences that helped influence you become who you are?
You know, like my pops was in the film industry. He was a film editor, so you know, he's the one that like basically put the movie together and chose the music for the film and shit. So when the movies were done, he'd come home with like a box of cassettes of like all the music they used. So and he'd give them to me. So I had cassette tapes and CDs of shit from anywhere from Alanis Morissette to Wu-Tang 36 Chambers to Green Day to the Beatles to Bob Marley to Simon and Garfunkel to Led Zeppelin to Bob Dylan. And you know,
That's not to interrupt you, but that's a dope ass collection right there.
That's a dope
ass fucking collection, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
And you know, as far as like I didn't really study, like, okay, so when I first started rapping, like I would just like memorize like, you know, Dr. Dre 2001 and like Slim Shady LP and like, you know, Souls of Mischief and shit like that, and just like memorize the song to a T and like rap it and just kind of study all their styles and shit.
Yeah.
So it kind of started like that to like I started writing my own lyrics and like found a producer and started writing like my own songs. But in school I was like always into creative writing, and like my parents made me keep a diary growing up, so I was in like the habit of writing every day. I used to get so mad when she'd be like, "Did you write in your journal?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, fuck, you know. But you know, fast forward, like I'm super grateful that I was like forced to do that. You know what I mean? Because
Do you still write to this day every day?
I don't.
You don't?
I should be. And when I'm actively doing music, yes. But I've kind of taken like a little hiatus the last few months, just to kind of, you know, I went through like some difficult things like back in the fall, and you know, I needed some time to myself to really like regroup and like, you know, like get back to earth and shit. But I just started writing again for a follow-up album to the Alvarado Diaries.
Nice.
I got an album I'm working on with my boy Sonny Darko.
Nice.
I got an album I'm in talks of. I'm supposed to be going to Japan to write and record this album with this artist. He goes by the name Shrint, and he was in this like legendary underground hip hop crew back in like Living Legends era.
Yeah.
You know, they'd all tour and shit, called Isosceles. And my freshman year of high school, my roommate was a DJ from Japan. He was a foreign exchange student, and he played Face the Music by Isosceles, and like that shit literally like inspired me to want to start rapping. So fast forward, that one of the MCs from Isosceles reached out to me on Instagram and was like, "Yo, bro, like I saw your video Toxic Love. That shit was dope. Like I'm a big fan. Like let's do an album, man. Let's do an album." And when he said that, I was just like, fuck yeah, like I can quit now, you know?
That's what's up, man.
Like fuck a Grammy, like that shit came around full circle. I was a 15-year-old kid just like inspired by these dudes to rap, and fucking, you know, 2 decades later almost, you know, I'm invited out to stay with him and his family in Osaka for a month to record an album, you know?
Nice.
It's a trip.
We're gonna get into actually this Alvarado Diaries. We're gonna get into this Alpine Drive. Let's talk about that before we play it, brother.
Yeah, this song's called Alpine Drive. It's featuring my dude Kale Problems, who's on Broken Complex now, DJ Hoppa's label. He's a youngster. He's like 22. He's a fucking beast, and I needed that feature from him. Body Bag Ben produced it, and it's Body Bag Ben on the cuts. Let's go.
Here it is right here, diggingday.com. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios. Diggingday.com. Riggy MARZ, live in studio.
Nettie brought the bars back, nigga, where your heart at? Never played the curb, was in these streets, go check the Carfax. When I hit your phone, I get no answer, no callbacks. Said I was your brother, now nigga know that's all cap. She said I got away with words, shawty think I'm all that. Let me have my way with her, she make you busters fall back. I'm like this in real life, don't think this shit is all rap. I'm licensed to kill mics and shine where y'all flaw at. Young problematic nigga, guns bringing the funds and all the back is quicker. Cash cow milking up the game, just call me out the dinner, chilling with your bitch because I'm alpha, nigga. You a alfalfa tight trouser ripper.
My team's some scammers and vandals. This shit potent. My G don't take the whole shit. My team's some scammers and vandals. This shit potent. My G don't take the whole shit.
It all started with dust, dirty Angeles cut. 100 squares of fluff paper, dose my tolerance up. Thought I was dripping, dipping cigs in a cup. The fumes explode in your face when I spark up and puff. Remind me of gunpowder back before it was fent. Hot shots to newcomers, bitch, we aim for the chest. Caught wind, then I kicked, rolled down 12 of them steps. Spirit rose from a gurney in the alleys of death. Trip back to Crown City, ghost town at its best. No faces, cold cases, Jane Doe's breaking their necks. Arson, fires of hell, I admire the smell. Gas scented, sense twisted, choose some more of them gels. Reach peaks with real demons, slipped and drowned in the well. Cast pennies come to, counting bricks in a cell. Scale face, hear traces, speaking symbols rebel. Stick with it, grass splatter, patterns casting a spell. Cats that I fuck with, no stories to tell. Move silent, grew violent, then flew off of the rail. Thought he could fly, but all powers prevail. Stuck across in deep mud and spiked his hands with some nails. Motherfucker.
My team's some scammers and dangerous. This shit potent. My G don't take the whole shit. My team's some scammers and dangerous. This shit potent. My G don't take the whole shit.
You were tuned in to www.diggingday.com. This is The Way Radio. Alpine Drive. Ricky Mars. Dope track, homeboy. Dope track.
Thank you.
Let's touch base, bro. Let's talk about Angelino's records. What's that all about?
So last year I signed a distribution deal with Sony Orchard, and they gave me like my own imprint, subsidiary like label under them. And, I made it official, man. I got the LLC and just made it Angelino Records. And I was so surprised that, like, considering all the music that's come out of LA, no one ever came up with that name, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm stoked. I feel like, like I hold the name of the city on my label.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And I'm an Angelino myself. I grew up in Manhattan Beach and Pasadena, and, it's in the beginning stages. I haven't signed anybody yet, but I'm getting all the contracts put together and talking with lawyers and all that kind of shit. It's like, I've never really, like, I sold merch at shows and shit, but like as far as the business side of things, it's like, it's all new to me, you know what I mean? So
what's one thing that you doing now, because from being an artist and now you're gonna carry a label, what's one thing or one transition that you're making right now to get yourself ready for that? Because that's a lot of shit to be putting on somebody. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it is, and I'm stoked on it because there's a lot of days where I'm like not inspired to write at all, and with this, like, if I don't feel like writing, like I can at least like do some shit with the label and do something music every day.
Yeah. What direction are you trying to take the label in, if you don't mind me asking?
I want to make it a multi-genre label. Like I want to do like punk rock, hip hop, primarily hip hop, but like some punk rock, and like if there's like a chick who like beatboxes and like plays the harp or some shit, like
yeah,
some weird obscure dope shit, like I'd sign some artists like that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that'd be fire. I'm looking for you.
If you're out there and you're listening,
I'm gonna find you.
If you do some obscure shit, Ricky Mars wants to sign you.
Yeah,
that's what's up. When you go to Japan, man, what's the one thing you're most looking forward to when you go out there?
Just like meeting this guy. You know what I mean? Like, like our whole relationship's been over like Telegram and FaceTime, and I haven't even met the guy in person, and like, dude's a legend, and like I said, played a major role in like me making my own music. So I'm just stoked to meet him and like do an album with him. Like the fact that and he's like, man, I'm like super like intimidated, bro. Like, your verses are. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm intimidated, dude.
That's what's
like,
up, man.
I'm gonna need like a Xanax for that airplane ride. You know what I mean? Like, like fuck, man. But it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be really good for me and like a life-changing opportunity.
Do you guys have you guys started anything yet, or when you get up there, you guys gonna start everything from scratch?
We're gonna start everything from scratch, but we have like 2 or 3 beats that we've already decided on. One's produced by my dude Vodka, who's also my engineer. Shouts to Jordan River Recordings.
That's what's up, Jordan River.
He's the one that makes my music sound so much better than I actually am. And yeah, man.
That's what's up. And then let me ask you this, man, as an artist, being able to work with a cat like that, is there something different you bring to the table when you're just writing for yourself? What's the thought process behind that, especially working with somebody of that caliber, that someone you look up to?
Oh, bro, like, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna make him write his verse first.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm gonna write my shit, and then I already know how it's gonna go. He's gonna be like, fuck that, I'm gonna rewrite mine. And it's like, no, bro, keep it. Like, you know, like, I already know we're gonna, like, battle it out like that, dude. Like, it's gonna be fun, man. And, you know, it's, he's like a conscious rapper, you know, like, I love doing the grimy boom bap, but, I love, like, writing love songs and shit like that, too. And, like, him and I think we'll sound really good together, you know? And we're gonna shoot, you know, not a mainstream album, but we're shooting more for, like, you know, more catchy choruses and jazzy samples and shit, as opposed to, like, you know, talking about, like, addiction and all that shit, because, you know, I can talk about that all day. And, like, the last few projects I've put out has, like, just been that. And I wanna the next thing I drop, I wanna make a complete flip and, like, shock, like, you know, the fans, like, yeah, what's he gonna do next, you know?
Yeah.
And put out something positive for the world, you know?
Does with your last album, like you said, you write about your addiction, does that help with your clarity, or does it help with your healing process?
Absolutely.
And, like,
Absolutely, because I can't forget where I came from,
yeah.
you know? And the second I do that, the second I lose it all,
Yeah.
you know?
Nice. And then let me ask you this, brother, as far as yourself as an artist, are you gonna sign yourself to the label?
Maybe.
What are you gonna do for yourself that you're not gonna do for everybody else?
You know what, man? I'm definitely, dude. I had like a half an hour FaceTime conference call with, like, a business tax attorney,
Oh shit.
and he's all at the end. He's like, "Any questions?" And I was like, "No, but yeah." Like, dude, it's like Japanese to me, dude. Like, I couldn't repeat one thing that guy told me, so I just want to rap and, like, you know, be like a scout, you know,
Yeah.
to find, like, the right people that I think would fit the label appropriately. And, like, I'm definitely gonna need to hire some people in the future to
Nice.
take care of, like, all the business end of shit, you know?
Nice.
So
8th and Westlake. Let's talk about that.
8th and Westlake is there's this it's the seediest, most bedbug ridden, blood stained on the carpet, nastiest hotel in all of Los Angeles. It's by MacArthur Park. It's on Westlake, in between 8th and 7th. And I just, like, I'm not, like, talking just about that location, but, like, 8th and Westlake is just like a corner in that area that holds a lot of significance, so I just named the song that. But yeah, the song's just about, you know, all the dirt I did, and I'm not glamorizing it. There's nothing fun about this shit. There's nothing fun for all you youngsters that think you're hard and shit. There's nothing fun about jail and prison, man. There's nothing fun about shooting heroin. And you know, I'm not glamorizing it. I want it to sound like a nightmare to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, in hopes that they don't go down the path that I went down.
Dope.
'Cause it nearly took my life, you know?
Yeah. Here it is right here, 8th and Westlake, off the Alvarado Diaries, Riggy MARZ, diggingdaily.com.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
8th and Westlake, you bitch. Alvarado Diaries.
Yo, it's like this.
MacArthur
Yeah.
Park.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken bottles, oil stains, syringes, empty cellophane, boils on the skin, MRSA eating all the flesh away. Alvarado mayhem, methadone, up the dose, bloody move, meth shots, Chiva till I overdose. Faded when I sniff the paint, graffiti got a fat cat. No cap, been sick, cold sweats, cold to sack. 24 grams, find a piece, I remember that. Hold up in a hospital, lose my soul, level up. Westlake, double up my funds, know it's devil's luck. LA County legend in the blues, Roxy sniff 'em up. Zanny bars, trade and barter bitches in a blackout. Trap house, bomber phone, rig finna spaz out. I was in a Momo with your broad and I smashed mouth. Porno tapes, dilated eyes on a G-binge. Acid trip, rabbit hole, falling off the deep end. Catch a case, never trip, bail me by the weekend. Cook it up in candlelight, Fenty in the foil. Zombie state, bath salts, paralysis the norm. Bolts up in my neck till my spirit fucking torn. Born again, bottomless, fire up the torch like...
We have a lot of things that are going on downtown right here. I've had niggas run up on me and motherfucking pull a knife out talking about you can't sell no dope right here. I tell them like this, so blood, you got me fucked up.
Flood the scene, I'm dollar fiend, dissolve an underwater dream. Overdose, heavy head, lifted on a higher beam. Clinics up the milligram, 120, then I cop the bag. Flip a couple scripts, forge another doctor's autograph. Heat lamp to the cat set, heads can feel the temperament. Got an issue, keep a 30 where I rest my neck. Sauna for the urine test, towers I ain't going back. Thunderdome, Supermax, crack 'em like a cavi blast. Rest in peace to Cadillac, jacket got the travel pass. Greyhound generation slide through counties with the turkey bags. Was on the hill, trading hippies for the pill press. Vials at the 25, my sunken eyes is still red. Shot the Bloody Mary, barely well off just a half a gram. Muscle shot, metro stops my cities, a traffic jam. Boss to print the cards, built an enterprise, stolen whips. Heist to pull up with balloons, fade away, catch my drip. Real spit bitches salivate, keep them just to count my weight. Lines will make you levitate, rack them, let me demonstrate. Your crew's a bunch of featherweights, emulate a sour face. Dino where I rest, plant some roses when you're at my weight. Death might be my only skate, till then rep the Golden State. Long before I'm old and gray, dying in a lonely place. Leave a couple cottons, plus an outfit for my proteges. Keep the profits piling till the day my spirit floats away.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Let's see. I'd probably wish that I could take some type of pill that would make me never remember what opiates feel like. And then the second wish would probably be to have my dog back. And the third wish would probably be to have my cat back. Yeah, that's what I'd wish for.
You were tuned in right here. This is The Way Radio. Riggy MARZ, 8th and Westlake.
Yo, shouts to my dude Body Bag Ben on the production, by the way. And yo, peep that video on YouTube. Shouts to Zootaville, man. Zootaville, the shooter extraordinaire / rap finesser. He shot the video for that. We went out to MacArthur Park at like 2 a.m. with his like $10,000 camera. And that fool was like low-key scared to get out the car. And I was
Well,
like,
he has a $10,000 camera, dog.
I was like, bro, I will chase them the fuck down, dude.
Yeah.
Shouts to Zootaville, though, man. That dude's a very talented man. Follow him on Instagram. Peep his music videos as well. Yeah.
How have you been lucky to link up with so many different people, man?
Dude, you know what? Like Caddy was my big homie, and really, like, when he passed away, like, I got really close with Lush One, because they were really tight, and Lush really opened a lot of doors for me, man. Like, Lush got me my deal with Sony Orchard, and you know, Lush and I have a project together called Dead End Kids and Odd Street. That's on all digital streaming platforms. Go peep that too.
So that's how you got linked up with a lot of that you got, just being, I guess, would it just be being at the right place at the right time?
Yeah, and, you know, I was linked before, but through Lush, I met like Chase Moore. And,
nice.
You know, like Zoo and Baby Franco and, you know, all those guys.
How many albums do you actually have, Riggy?
Dude, so I put my first album out on MySpace and Bandcamp in like 2006. 07.
Word.
I recorded it. I recorded half the songs in Macklemore's mom's basement in Seattle.
Wait, hold on. How does that happen? That's like some random fucking.
It's random as
Yeah.
fuck. Hey, Macklemore, you owe me $20 for that weed sack, bro. Shoot that. I really need that right now.
Hey, he has the money. He shops at thrift stores.
He's got the break. He plays golf every day, bro. I moved up to Seattle when I was 18, and I met a girl at a party at UW, and she was like, "You gotta come to this party," and like we went to this kickback in like this soccer field, and they had like a thing of jungle juice and shit. And she's like, "You gotta meet my friend Henry. He raps." And I'm like, "Oh, dope." And I met Henry, aka Scribes. Shouts to my dude Scribes. Scribes was already making a name for himself in Seattle, and I had hit up Scribes, and I'm like, "Yo, man, I need some studio time. Like, where can I go?" And he was like, "Yo, hit up my cousin Ben." And Ben happened to be Macklemore, and I called, and Mac was already like making a buzz around Seattle and like, you know, the Northwest and all the college towns and shit. He was already pretty popular as an underground rapper. That's why I have a lot of respect for him, because like I knew his music before like Thrift Shop and all that, and he was a dope underground MC. So I hit up Macklemore, and he gave me an address. I'm not gonna say it, but it was his parents' house, and he had a little studio in the basement, and that dude, I recorded 2 last songs for that first album, and he mixed and mastered it, and I got like Frank Nitt from Yancey Boys on that shit, Ahmad Jamal from The Far Side.
Nice.
God, man, who else was on that shit? Dirty Twan. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. So I was like buying weed off bro, and he shorted. So he said a quarter, 7 grams of weed for 80, no 70, and I gave him 70, and he only gave me 5 grams. And he said no. I called him. I was like, "What the fuck, bro?" And he said, "No, I said a quarter for a bill." And I was like, "Man." And that's the last time I ever saw him.
Because I thought you said, "Are you okay, Spider?" No, you're not okay, Spider.
So, Macklemore, if you see this, bro, shoot 20 racks, we can call it even, bro.
That's what's up. That's
Give me a verse. Let me get a verse, man.
Right? Shit. That'll more than cover that, right?
Shit.
Is there anybody right now that you want to work with that you haven't?
Man, my dude Alligator Jesus, who makes my grills and my jewelry, I was at his shop a few months back, and Cage was there. And I was like, "Yo, what up, Cage? My name is Riggs." I was like, "I opened for you back at the Knitting Factory in like 2008 or something." And he was like, "Oh, right on, man." And I didn't want to be like, "Let me get a verse, bro," and like on some fanboy shit. But that fool gave me his phone number, and I'm probably gonna utilize that.
Nice.
I think that would be dope. Cause like the grimy boom bap's my shit, and like I love movies for the blind, and I'm a big fan of him. But really, like, I don't want to pay for a feature. I think that like I sound strongest on my own on my songs.
Nice.
And anybody else on it would kind of throw off the vibe of it,
Word. And then, so how many albums? Like I asked earlier, how many albums total do you have?
So let's see. Eternally Grim the Light, Eternally Grim the Dark, and you can. So when I got sober in 2018, I deleted all my music off of the internet.
Why?
But just because I didn't have a proper engineer.
Okay.
And like I would just release it like a shitty mix, and I don't want to put out like low quality music anymore. Like I met Jordan River Recordings through Lush, and that's why all my music sounds so crisp. You know. So yeah, that's so let's see. Eternally Grim the Light, Eternally Grim the Dark, Sky Forward, the Mr. McStrange album, a bunch of singles. The only place you can find that is mrmcstrange.bandcamp.com. That's MRMCSTRANGE.bandcamp.com. You can actually listen to all that old shit because I'm logged out. It's like an old email, an old password. I've emailed Bandcamp and I haven't been able to get into it, you know?
Who's Mr. McStrange?
That was just like another like alter ego of mine, like just an album I did.
Crazy.
Shit, so
Crazy. So all those albums that you mentioned are only available there?
yeah, and when I got out of jail in 2016 after Caddy passed, I started a crew called Speaker Creatures. With my little homie Tone Grizzard from Pasadena and a couple cats from Covina. And we did some shows together and shit. And that was actually like the last time I printed CDs. Because people don't buy them anymore, you know? I'll be printing vinyl because vinyl's like making a comeback, maybe even cassettes and shit.
Nice.
Maybe even like a limited run of CDs for like the hardcore fans that just appreciate it, you know what I mean? But Speaker Creatures fell off. I moved up north to Humboldt County, and that was that era where the Willow Creek story took place. And then I moved back to LA. I was strung out for 2 more years, and then I got sober in 2018 and just reinvented myself as Riggy MARZ. So all my music online that's easily reachable is from 2018 and till current.
Word. Let me ask you this, because you touched on something that I want to get your opinion on. You said 2007 was like one of your first albums. Being able to print CDs and all that, to now everything's going digital. How do you feel like the hip hop or the culture or the music industry is evolving, especially now because you have a record label now? So how do you feel about that?
I'm 35, so I'm like the youngster from like the old wave.
Yeah.
Of hip hop, you know what I mean? And it bothers me, dude. Like, it's just so oversaturated. The scene there's no scene anymore, you know? Like, it's just it's like me versus you, and like it's cliquish.
True.
And like it's just oversaturated with so much garbage that it's hard to, like, you gotta dig deep to find like the dope shit. And like, people say underground's dead, but it's still very much alive, man. Like, it's just, the mainstream audience thinks that hip hop is only on the radio, you know what I mean? And like, when Napster and like LimeWire came out, like, yeah, like artists lost a lot of money because like people were just downloading shit for free. But what that did for the independent artist was it carved a lane for us to be able to be successful without being signed to a major record label.
Yeah.
And you can do it independently now, so I signed this deal with Sony Orchard, Humag, and I own all the rights to my music. They just keep 25% of the digital royalties, So with Angelino Records, what I want to do is just like, eventually, like, just keep putting money into it. And so there's like a small budget for artists that, like, if they want to shoot a video, or like, we can buy a van for like when we, go to South by Southwest or go on a tour or whatever. And there's going to be a budget there, like a certain amount, like for each artist to work with,
Word.
So
Let me ask you this. You said something that I want to get your opinion on. Underground. What is underground? There's a lot of variations of it, but I want to hear what underground hip hop is to you.
To me, underground hip hop to me is just like like the essence of hip hop, like where it was really about like the rhymes and like what you were saying, and like, not like this mumble rap, and like just underground hip hop to me is just like the tasteful hip hop where there's a message behind it. And you're not a trend follower, because trends die, and these one-hit wonders, you never hear about them again, And I wanna make a career out of this, and to do that, you need longevity, and you need to go with the times and keep it fresh and keep it hip hop.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Real quick, we're gonna get into the last track. Before we do that, though, drop all the contact info where they could reach out to you at. You know, all that good shit, where they can find your music. One more time for those that don't know, and any shout outs you got, brother.
Yeah, it's Riggy MARZ, RIGGY MARZ. My music's on all major outlets. Shouts to Lush One, Body Bag Ben, Dark Summers, Sonny Darko, you know, Born Evil, the homie Uriel, man, Scribes, my family, you know, Universal Intelligence, rock stars. Not like rock stars. I don't get starstruck. I'm a rock star myself. The energy drink. I love Rockstar energy drinks. Shit, what else? I know I'm forgetting some people. Jordan River Recordings, man, my engineer and producer. Love you, bro. You make me sound like a fucking pro. Dude's been mad busy doing this thing the last few months, so I haven't been able to link up with him. But you know, when I have all this new shit recorded, ready to go to bring to him, I know, like, you know, he'll make time for me. And yeah, this next song is called Midnight Blue. It's produced by Smoke M2D2 of Old Dominion. Ooh. And it's about like mental health and addiction and depression.
That's what's up.
And Our Soul, my dude, Our Soul shot the music video for this on YouTube.
Nice. I want to wish you nothing but success with the label.
Thank you.
Good
bro.
luck when you go to Japan.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Thank you.
Represent Los Angeles well.
Always.
Rock that fucking. Make sure that album comes out. You come through. You break it down with us. That way we can go do this all over again and have some more fun, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Riggy MARZ. Make sure you guys check him out. Last track we're getting into right here, Midnight Blue. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live right here, diggingdaily.com. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We support independent artists. Keep the independent culture alive, y'all.
Wait up, I'ma get right. Blood on my sleeve, wear my stripes with a peace sign. Yeah. Midnight. Wait up, I'ma get right. Blood on my sleeve, wear my stripes with a peace sign. Bliss what I risk, just a glimpse of. Need my space in a place I don't feel love. I can get so far with a backpack. Shooting stars, see my arms show the whole track. Encompassed by pain, I just reboot. Shoot my shot till my face turn to deep blue. What it's like throws tears to the glass break. What I learned back in school, I'm a strange case. Wildin' out on stage in a safe space. Shift shapes all me, I don't save face. See, I'm great, please don't ask me. Trust the snake, I don't think so, they pass me. I can slow time from the back seat. Watch it all slip away to my last beat. Midnight blue, 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 midnight blue. Woke up cross-eyed and I'm maxed out. Ice cold surf waves in a blackout. Riptide, zip tie, you can flex now. Big hot road trip, this a dark cloud. Recluse, see my head spin. Script words hit nerves till my eyes pin. No pulse, been told I'm a lifeline. Skyscrape, I'm fine when I hang glide. Parachute, old noose, we can be friends. Brain swell, skip stones to the deep end. Pick bones, get sold, we can rest now. Crash down, shipwreck, I'ma pass out. Nighttime is the best time. Deep sleep, my ride, I can test drive. Cool breeze, hold keys to a cloud nine. Die free, rise up in my chest high.